This is ET, and this is Dr. Joyce Brothers, psychologist, advice columnist. She became famous after winning on the $64,000 question that was in 1955. She won as an expert on boxing history. Now, by the way, $64,000 in 1955 money would be today worth over $700,000. Brothers, whose husband was a boxing fan, had been asked to pick a subject that was a bit different from her psychology studies. So she went with boxing, about which she had limited knowledge. But according to Ring magazine founder and publisher Nat Fleischer, Brothers spent several weeks poring over volumes, she said it was 20, of boxing history, and she memorized it all. Fleischer and others have said that Brothers had an eidetic memory. In other words, an ability to see and remember a picture in detail. In other words, a photographic memory. Because of scandals involving the new big money evening game shows, some believed that Brothers had been given questions in advance, as it was proved to have happened with others. The reason being that show producers wanted to keep contestants for future episodes that were popular with viewers. Well, as it turned out, the producers wanted to get rid of Brothers. She was not popular, so they said, with viewers. She would become popular later on with her own radio and TV shows. She was an expert guest on other programs. So what the producers did was question her, now this is how the story goes, on very arcane and obscure trivia. In this case, it was about referees. But as you'll see, she remembered everything. She pulled up the correct answer each time. Now here's a video from the $64,000 question. Brothers, you'll see, is in a booth. That was all for dramatic effect. And she's asked by the host, Hal March, the questions. Now check out how obscure they were and how easily she pulled up the answer.
Joyce, no sense wasting any time. You want to step into the ring there with your unknown partner? Start. Lynn, would you escort Doc in, please? You hear me and see me, Joyce?
Yes, I can.
Ready for your $16,000 question.
Hope so.
Okay, may I have it, please? First, what referee holds the record for the greatest number of heavyweight championship fights?
Arthur Donovan.
That's correct. Now, who was the referee in the hotly debated but completely legitimate Dempsey-Tunney long count battle in Chicago?
Dave Barry.
That's correct. Next, what heavyweight champion decided to retire, named the two leading contenders for the title, then refereed the match?
James Jeffries.
That's correct. Finally, what man, later famous in the boxing world, refereed the comeback attempt of an ex-champ against Jack Johnson at Reno, Nevada?
Tex Rickard.
You're right for $16,000.
When Brothers first appeared on the $64,000 question, the questions were these. Who was the English bare-knuckle champion who taught boxing to the poet Lord Byron? The answer was Gentleman John Jackson. Another question, her first time on the show. Who was the writer who authored a treatise on the Hickman-Neal fight of 1821? Well, the answer was William Hazlitt. Her $64,000 last question, the one that got her the big prize, included several facts that required her to know the elapsed time of actual fighting in the Dempsey-Firpo fight that was in 1923. Well, the answer was 3 minutes, 57 seconds. Brothers' success on the $64,000 question led to her providing color commentary for CBS. She was the first ever female to do so during a boxing match. Now, this one happened to be the second between Carmen Basilio and Sugar Ray Robinson. It was in 1958. Now, Basilio had already beaten Robinson. It was a split decision the year before. Well, this time, Robinson won again by split decision. And both fights were rated by Ring Magazine as Fight of the Year. Now, E.T. remembers Dr. Brothers on the $64,000 question run. And he saw the color commentary, or heard it, for the Robinson-Basilio second fight. And it was very unusual for a female back then, during the 50s. Well, that's it. An unconventional boxing history story. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified of new uploads. Thank you.